Are you planning to settle in the capital of West Coast of Karnataka? If so, here is a ready-to-build property adjacent to Mangaluru city amidst lush green, which indeed is the right place to have a happy home. Just 20 minutes at a distance of 10 kilometers from the heart of the city, located at Neer Marga, is one of the most prominent developing area of Mangaluru city limits. A peace and serene place, surely be loved by your dear ones. Surrounded by natural trees and valleys, the 13 cents plot of solid terrain is the destination for construction of your everlasting dream home. Various educational institutions, hospitals, malls, historical and religious places at close vicinity will be additional booster for your comfortable and holistic lifestyle. The ready-to-sale plot, located near Manipal University's proposed campus, will assure you good ROI if you are thinking in terms of investment. Contact +9181 971 43675 or 8217 729859.
Good morning, viewers. I'm your host, Valerian Dalmeda from Dubai. Welcome to the 35th episode of Namaste Teacher from News Karnataka. Today we have with us the guest teacher, Mrs. Grace Noronna, and her 4 students, Dr. Prasida Sridharan, Adit Volur, Prajwal Shanai, and Violet D'Souza. Mrs. Grace Noronna, Master of Arts, Masters in Education, Postgraduate Diploma in Konkani Studies, a 3-month in service training in the English language at the Regional Institute of English, Bangalore, an alumnus of IIAM 2005, that is Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, attended strategic leadership training program for the principals organized by the CBSE Delhi. A illustrious career as educationist for 5 decades in India and abroad, kindergarten to postgraduate, that is KG to PG. Service in state government schools, ICSE and CBSE schools, and as a lecturer in the prestigious St. Anne's College of Education. Mrs. Noronna has worked as a teacher of English for secondary schools in Ministry of Education at Muscat, Sultanate of Oman. She has the distinction of being the founding principal of 2 prestigious schools in Mangalore, Lutz Central School in Vijay and St. Aloysius Gonzaga School, as well as Sri Sharada Public School in Anigeri, Dharwad district, affiliated to Central Board of Secondary Education, CBSE, New Delhi, where she is rendering free service as the principal academic advisor since inception. She is the brand ambassador for mentoring the schools that opt for international dimension projects in Dakshina Kannada and Udupi districts. Under her inspired guidance, both the schools in Mangalore have won the British Council's International School Awards and enjoyed the benefits of global partnership. She visited Devon, UK twice as head of the institution to share the best practices in teaching with the partner school of the Global School Partnership Program in 2008 and 2009. She has also participated in the International School Leaders Conference in Zug, Switzerland in 2017. She has also been the principal of the Enepoya School and PU College Mangalore in 2021 for a short period and had to proceed to Anigeri School, where her presence was utmost needed. She is at present residing in Anigeri. It was her dream to serve in a rural school along with the children of farmers and agriculturists. Some of them are first-generation learners. Mrs. Noronna's stature as an educator has been conducive to such leadership roles as president of the Association of ICSE and CBSE schools of Dakshina Kannada, Udupi, and Shivamoga districts, member of the inspection committee appointed by the chairman of the board for CBSE for the inspection of the schools in 2009, 2010, and 2011 to be affiliated to the board, member of the Board of Studies and Governing Council at the prestigious St. Anne's College of Education, Mangalore, member, Management Committee, Mount Carmel School, Maryhill, Mangalore. Happily married to Placid Noronna and blessed with a son, Antonio Vian Noronna, who is an MSW and working as school counselor, following mother's steps. She was bestowed with Teacher Trove Award presented in recognition of the exemplary contribution to the noble profession of teaching on the occasion of GCC Teacher Trove 2011, and Rotary Mangalore honored a very special teacher in 2021. Madam Grace Noronna, thank you for being guest as a teacher for our 35th episode of Namaste Teacher.
Namaste, thank you.
Let me introduce the students. Her 4 students, of course, she has taught thousands of students, but these students, 4 students are representatives of all those thousands of students and who are really, really lucky to be here. Dr. Prasida Sridharan, working as senior pulmonary critical care and sleep physician at Kaiser Permanente, Portland, Oregon, USA, qualified as Doctor of Medicine in Pulmonary Critical Care and Sleep from Oregon Health and Science University, Internal Medicine Residency, MD at Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center, MBBS from Adi Chinchanagiri Institute of Medical Sciences. Her major achievements: served in US military as staff physician at Evan Paso, Texas, worked as chief of sleep department, developed sleep department at Kaiser Permanente, several publications in peer-reviewed medical journals, and active in charity work for sex workers' children. Her hobbies are reading and writing, gardening and cooking, yoga and running. Achievements: ran half marathons. Next is Adit Bolor, BSc in Mechanical Engineering, Master of Engineering Robotics, currently studying in Washington University in St. Louis, USA, student pursuing his PhD Computer Science. He was awarded as National CBSE Chess Championship High School, published a technical book in college, published research papers on security vulnerabilities in self-driving vehicles during PhD. Next is Prajwal Shenoy M, second year MBBS student at AJ Institute of Medical Sciences, Mangalore, school topper at St. Aloysius Gonzaga in 10th CBSE board exams with 97.4% and a centum in social science. Qualified for Elsevier Basic Science Olympics EBSO, held at the national level. His hobbies: playing the flute, cricket, and drawing. And lastly, Violet de Souza has completed MA English Literature History, B.Ed, PGDLT Counseling. She is the principal at Nausar, US Nagar, Uttarakhand. Major achievements in academic days: Global School Partnership Program, visit to UK, participated in Global Music Carnival, and community service. Okay, that's the introduction of Madam Grace Noronna and her 4 students. Welcome to the show, Madam Grace Noronna, Dr. Prasida, Adit Bolor, Prajwal, and Madam Violet.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And students, unmute yourself. Let's go back to the memory lane. You know what? When we were all small, when the teacher enters the class, what we are saying, we'll repeat now. Namaste, teacher. All of you.
Namaste, teacher.
Namaste, teacher.
Namaste, teacher.
Yes, that is the program that we started a year back on September 5, 2021. to recognize the part of teachers in our life and give them respect wherever we go, tell their name. And this is why this show, to give our reverence, our respect, and remember them all the time in our life. Now, let's go to the show. And once again, welcome to the show. Madam Grace, you have taught hundreds of students, interacted with their parents, other teachers, superiors, and many, many more. Please share your life as a teacher for the benefit of our viewers, some immemorable events, some nostalgic moments, some emotional moments, sad and happy ones, including students, and tell us everything in the last 50 years, what has happened in your life as a teacher.
Thank you, Valerian. Happy morning to you all. Thank you, News Karnataka, for this wonderful opportunity you have provided for teacher and students to be on this channel, to share their experiences, to develop and continue this bond of teacher-student relationship. Thank you, C.A. Valerian Dalmeida, for affording me an audience with my students of 3 generations of my teaching profession. I also thank Ms. Ramya for coordinating and getting my students on board from far and near. Thank you, dear students, for being with me on the News Karnataka channel. Well then, let me say something about myself. I'm Grace Norona Ni Pereira, born on 9th October 1951. I'm the second child to my parents, Mr. Anthony John Pereira and Mrs. Clara Pereira. My father was once a municipal president as well as a businessman in Dharwad. This is where I had my early education in Presentation Convent and Basil Mission High School, Dharwad. Being the eldest daughter, I had the responsibility of taking care of the studies of my siblings and thus developed a taste for teaching right from my school days. My journey as a school teacher started in 1971 after my graduation in a state board school. But my father insisted on doing B.Ed. Hence, I resigned and joined B.Ed college in the academic year 1972-73. I completed my B.Ed and got a job in Sandur Residential School, Sandur, District Bellary, a school affiliated to the ICSE board where I taught English and social studies. Here I had an amazing principal who was down-to-earth person. I learned from her what humility is. Although she was an MA in English and a mine in English literature, she taught kindergarten classes and also English classes for 11th and 12th. She was my mentor, guide, and friend. After 5 years of teaching there, I had to resign as I got married and we settled in Mangalore. Teaching is my passion and I could not just sit at home. I joined as a kindergarten teacher in Lady Hill School, Mangalore, for some time. Then I joined St. Anne's High School in Mangalore in the year 1980 and worked till 1985. And from this batch, here we have with us Dr. Prasida Sridharan, who was an outstanding student. In 1985, we left for Muscat, where I worked for 9 years as teacher of English in the Ministry of Education. It was really a challenging job. Most of the students were first-generation learners with different culture, attitude, and their language is Arabic. But they were keenly interested in their studies. Then all of a sudden, we had to bid goodbye to Muscat, Sultanate of Oman, in the 9th year of our service there. And it was in 1994 as my mother-in-law expressed her wish to be with us in her last days. We respected her wish and gracefully accepted it and resigned from the job and returned to India in 1994. My colleagues and well-wishers were against this decision as this was a government job, a well-paid job. But I convinced them, saying, money is not everything. It is not a criteria. Family comes first. So we came back to Mangalore, and with her, we spent happily 4 years in a family atmosphere till her demise in 1998. After returning from Muscat, I wanted to pursue my higher education to do my master's in education at the age of 43. My classmates were half of my age, but it did not make a difference to me as it was my ambition to do research in education. After successfully completing MA, I was absorbed in St. Anne's College as a lecturer in education, where I taught geography methodology. This is where Miss Violet de Souza was my student and later was my colleague in Lute Central School, Mangalore. I then resigned from St. Anne's College of Education in 1998. Here I would like to share a thrilling and unforgettable moment in my life. When I took my son for admission to kindergarten in Lute Central School in January 1999, I met the founder, late Reverend Father Bernard de Souza, who was a great educationist, a visionary, and a strict disciplinarian. In the course of our conversation, he asked me about my qualification and experience and told me to head the new CBSE school, which was to be started in 1999. I was thrilled and accepted the offer without a second thought. So I started my journey as the founding principal of Lute Central School, Mangalore, the first CBSE school under the umbrella of Catholic Board of Education. There was no looking back. We put our best foot forward and started working from the scratch with classes from kindergarten to classes 1 and 2. We were a well-knit team of 7 committed and dedicated teachers in the persons of Mrs. Joy Rai, Melita Mascarenas, Vimala Montero, Jacinta Vincent, Grace Roch, and Lydia de Souza. Together we worked as one Luddite family, and within 6 months, with our unique way of teaching, we were able to gain confidence of parents and admission started pouring. The name of the school spread not only in India, but abroad too, thanks to Daiji World News. We started getting inquiries and admissions in full swing. We had set a new benchmark. Here I had the most memorable experience when admissions were overwhelming, and for reservation of seats for the academic year 2000 and 2001. But one admission, I really get goosebumps even today. A parent who had come for his first son's admission to class 1 had reserved a seat for his 6-month-old son for the academic year 2005 and 2006 to class 1. That was the happiest and exciting moment for all of us. As we upgraded classes year by year, we got affiliation to secondary school, and the first batch of AISSE 2008 was out, and LCS was upgraded to senior secondary school. It is from this batch we have Adit Jagadish Bolur, who was a brilliant student and a chess master. I retired on attaining superannuation on 31st October 2011. A happy moment in my life. a farewell program was arranged by the school and the Parent-Teacher Association. Many people, including parents, students, and well-wishers, gathered on the school grounds. Prominent persons like the State Minister, Bishop of Mangalore, Police Commissioner, Vice Chancellor of Mangalore University, Secretary of Catholic Board of Education, and other dignitaries were present for the program. It was an unprecedented event in the history of educational institutions in Mangalore. On 25th October 2011, the Jesuits invited me to help them set up their first CBSE school in Mangalore, which was their dream of 40 years. Thanking God abundantly, I accepted it willingly and started my second innings when St. Aloysius Gonzaga School was born in 2012. So I had the unique opportunity of becoming the founding principal of second CBSE school in the city of Mangalore. It was to start all over again from the scratch. The experience I had from the previous school was handy to work in the interest of the school. Moreover, the Jesuits had given me a free hand to work, and they never interfered in any matters. But never did I take any decision without informing the higher authorities. Through the name earned and the legacy of St. Aloysius institutions, admissions were up to the brim. The school functioned well with the support of well-experienced members of staff, Jacinta Saldana, Laurel de Souza, Aparna Suresh, Preeti Saldana, Vijay Lakshmi, and others, who worked with full dedication. The school got affiliated to the CBSE New Delhi in 2016 and then applied for upgradation to senior secondary school. Now St. Aloysius Gonzaga School is a full-fledged senior secondary school. So here we have Prajwal Shanai of All India Secondary School Education, first batch in 2018 of St. Aloysius Gonzaga School. I have the fulfillment and satisfaction of completing the task fruitfully for 7 years, and I tendered my resignation in 2019 at St. Aloysius Gonzaga School and continued my service to the society. It has been my dream to serve in rural area, and God Almighty provided an opportunity to serve in this Sri Sharada Public School, Anigeri, Dharwad district since 2016. The school is situated in 7 acres of land in rural area surrounded by green fields. Most of the students come from farming and agricultural background. Their sole intention is to get quality education in the medium of English. With the permission from higher authorities of St. Aloysius Gonzaga School, I used to visit this school and help them start CBSE school, which got affiliated in 2020, and Sharada Public School now has reached class 7, and presently we are applying for secondary school affiliation. In the meantime, COVID-19 struck us and I had to come back to Mangalore, but I continued my service on online mode during this period. At this juncture, the management of the Enapoya institutions requested me to help them out with their 20-year-old CBSE school as principal of this CBSE school, as well as PU College in Mangalore. I worked there for a short period and had to move to Anigeri at Sri Sharada Public School, where my presence was needed. I have now moved to Anigeri and continue to render a free service as a full-time principal academic advisor in full earnest and utmost satisfaction. This was all possible only by the grace of God, who provided me these unique opportunities to be with children right from KG to PG. All these 50 years of my life in the field of education, I have enjoyed loads of love and affection from children, parents, and my colleagues. I'm filled with joy and happiness when I meet them and thank Almighty God for choosing me for this noble profession. I wish and encourage students to take up teaching profession, acquire the needed knowledge, and use it for the betterment of society. Make them live peacefully and let others live like them, and ultimately be honest and human beings as well as worthy citizens of our great country. I thank my family, my parents, brothers, and sisters who supported me and instilled in me the values like honesty, loyalty, integrity, and sincerity, and virtues of love, compassion, and empathy, by which I was able to face any challenge that I came across during my journey of teaching profession. I thank my husband, Placid Norona, and our son, Antonio Norona, for their support and cooperation in my long journey of teaching. I thank all the stakeholders, school managements, parents, students, and all teaching and non-teaching staff who cooperated and joined hands in the growth and development of the schools wherever I have served. Thank you.
Thank you, Teacher Grace Noronna. That was wonderful to hear your 50 years of service. And the best part is, you said family takes upper hand in life than money. That's why I think the Almighty has showered blessings on you and taken you to this level where institutions, educationists have trusted you and have made you an ambassador for the education. Wonderful. And some of the things that you explain, really, I salute you for being a wonderful educationist. In fact, all of your students, and including me, when we were listening, I'm sure we were in joyful tears. Weren't we, the students? Yes or no?
Yes, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yes, sir.
yeah. But we knew her. She would be great.
Yes, sir.
Hope so.
Let me come to the students. I will start with Dr. Prasida. Share your memories of your teacher when you were her student. Dr. Prasida.
Thank you. Thank you, News Karnataka, for this wonderful opportunity. I think this is one of my biggest achievements to talk for Grace Miss. I am 52. I knew Grace Miss when I was in 9th grade. So I was really young. I was 15 when I first saw her. My family had moved from this little town of Puttur to Mangalore, and I was in a transition coming into 8th, 9th grade in St. Anne's when Miss Grace was our class teacher. She taught English and social studies. I had a lot of difficulties that year because there was a change in school and I was in adolescence, so I had a lot of difficulties. One thing that I remember, I can't remember the classes, the English classes, social studies classes anymore, but I remember one thing very clearly, that Grace Miss saw me. That was very, very powerful. Today, listening to her, talking her achievements, I think it is so worth it. Tears come to me because if there are achievements students do in their lifetime, It's because of teachers like Miss Grace. She did a wonderful job of teaching her class. I can't remember what and all she taught because it's been so long ago, but I knew she never judged her students. She always supported her students. Her style was to be seeing each student, and rest of you can attest to that. But that's the way she would encourage her students. So tears come out of my eyes.
Wow, that's the nostalgic moments that you have spent with Madam Grace Norona. I'm sure viewers would listen to this and enjoy how the teacher is transpiring the life of students, taking care of them, never judging. Let me go to Adit Bolur. What are your memories with Madam Grace Norona?
Yeah. First of all, thank you, News Karnataka, for hosting this. It is such an honor to speak on behalf of all the students, or I guess many students that Grace Norona has taught. So most of my memories with Principal Grace Norona. It is always strange. She has always been my principal at Lutz Central School in Mangalore, so it's very difficult to kind of remove that prefix of principal. So she'll always be kind of my principal. So I think one of my earliest, I guess, memories was when I started playing chess, and I had to go and ask permission to take some days off so that I can go participate in this chess tournament. And I was scared because she's the principal. She has this presence that just exudes this kind of, you know, that she's not going to do anything bad to you, but you don't want to disappoint her by asking her something like negative, like missing school. So I remember going into a principal's cabin and asking her like if I could take a few days off to play in this chess tournament. And she, with a smile, not just allowed me to do that, she encouraged me a lot to participate in any future competitions. And I feel like that was one of the foundations of my chess career. And I think that is what allowed us to eventually, over the years, like in the same school, finally be able to represent Lutz Central School in the National CBSE Championship and bring that trophy home. We also were able to represent Lutz in like places internationally like Greece and Singapore. So that's in my early days in Lutz under Grace Norona. And as I grew up, I had the opportunity to be the head boy of the school. And it's one of those opportunities that was, even though I was elected, I was still kind of thrust upon that opportunity. So the whole idea of leadership was something new to me. So I had to look somewhere else. And thankfully, we had our principal, Grace Norona, who always had this commanding and strong sense of personality, in the sense that she always knew when to be empathetic to people's needs, but also when to be strict when the situation demanded it. So I think just observing her just be with other people and understand them, I think has been like a great learning experience for me. And at least for me, the icing on the cake was that at the end of high school, when I was, I guess, graduating, she helped me write the letter of recommendation that I used to apply for schools in the US. And I believe those words of hers is what allowed me to actually get into these universities. And here I am now. So basically, I am indebted to her to where I am in my life right now. So thank you so much, Grace Norona.
Yeah, thank you. It is not enough to be grateful for a teacher. Wonderful, Adit. Let me go to Madam Violet. What are your memories with your teacher?
Good morning, News Karnataka. I am so glad to be grateful for having given me this opportunity to express my gratitude to Mrs. Grace Norona. This is the only way I can repay to my teacher. I have a slight different experience to share with you. More than a teacher, she was my mentor. Why I tell you, it was in the year 1997 when I was a student of St. Anne's B.Ed College. I met Grace ma'am, and though I was a student of history, we're supposed to take 2 lessons in geography. And she being a geography professor, I had to approach her. So to my surprise, when I saw her, I found this angelic face, so charming, so gentle, so kind and approachable. Though I was a little reluctant, but she made me more comfortable when I went with her lesson plan. You know, in the B.Ed, usually students become little nervous to show their lesson plans to their teachers. But she made me more comfortable and feel at home. And then after my B.Ed, I went back to the north. And in the year 2002, once again, I saw the ad in the newspaper and came to Bijay Mangalore Loot Central School for my teaching profession to teach in Loot Central School. And to my surprise, I found Mrs. Grace Norona again right in front of me, and I saw her. She's welcoming with, as I entered the portals of Loot Central School, she welcomed me with a lot of warmth, with charming smile. And then she made me all the more feel at home. And though I was a little bit worried about my interview, but by looking at her, all my worries kept disappearing. And and I got selected in the interview, and my journey began ever since then with her. And for the past, from 2011 to 2002 to 2011, she was my principal, and I was the colleague staff over there. And I have so many experiences to share, wherein as a principal, she brought in so many innate potentials which were within me by giving ample of opportunities. The year when I joined, first of all, she given me opportunity to become a anchor, comparing the programs, where again I was a bit reluctant, but she motivated, pushed me forward. And then she built that confidence in me that I can do. So ever since, I got plenty of opportunities in Lourdes throughout. I worked there for 14 years in South. But still, I got plenty of opportunities. I carried on with comparing, organizing programs, activities, and so on. So that shows the spark that she lit in me, that still a flame in me. So I'm really grateful to Mrs. Grace Norona. Apart from that, she made me subject coordinator in the second year to guide my colleagues with regard to the subject. So that helped me to be a leader, good leader, because only a good leader can enlighten the other, her students, and then you can make the students leaders. So one can't light a fire with wet matches. So she had that passion for teaching, and also she was a very good administrator, very good leader, very enthusiastic, challenging, very creative. As a result, every year you could find something novel, innovative ways. As I can tell you, she also introduced community service, outreach programs, and I was part of the community service and outreach programs with her motivation and encouragement. So that also I owe to her. Whatever service I had rendered to the society, it's because of her. She's the one who motivated me. Apart from that, I also remember that the preparation of lessons as staff, teachers, very, very systematic. First, the individual teacher had to prepare the lesson. Then we had to share it with the coordinator. Then coordinator along with the teacher goes to the principal. Then she gives the ideas. So we pull in ideas together, and then we present the lesson. We teach the students. That was again a so much enriching experience. It is an experiential learning for me, for having come to her, and she has trained in such a way so that made me a very good teacher even today. So Aditya Bolur, one who is present there, he is my student. I taught him for so many years in the same school. That was my pleasure too, to see him. And one more thing, what I noticed is the activities, so many projects. Every fortnight we used to change the projects in the school. And through the projects, children used to learn so many subjects. It's not a bookish knowledge. So it was beyond the bookish knowledge. So we could learn, we teachers also explore, do the research work, and then we present it to the students, and they learn, they gain experiential learning through the activities. By putting up the programs, they learn the subject matter. Apart from that, I also have experience for like giving me an opportunity to be part of the Global School Partnership Program. We had a tie-up with Pilton Blue Coat School, the Church of England. So we had so many themes and projects we had to do with the students, and then we had to present it. After approving the project, then we had an opportunity to have the interaction with UK school, and it was a really a unique experience and enriching program for me. Thank you so much, ma'am, for having given me this opportunity. I'm really grateful to you, and moreover, you also selected me to go to UK and to learn their culture and the way the teachers teach there, unlike the Indian School of Education. So I have learned so many things from that projects. And apart from that, I also remember the rainwater harvesting project, which I had undertaken as a teacher coordinator, and my colleague parent coordinator, Mr. Ivan Montero, was also a strong support, and he also motivated. He was rather an inspiration. So in collaboration with the parents, you had motivated, helped us, and we had tremendous job that year. I suppose you remember that. So it's all because of your generosity, your goodwill, your motivation, encouragement that kept me going. And the same, what I have picked up, the administrative skills, the leadership skills, the creativity, all that what I have picked up from you, I apply as a principal. When I was a principal in Divito High School in Nainital, as presently the Nirmala Inter College in Navsar, I'm applying the same thing, and I am teaching my teachers, my colleagues, to do the same. The same values are carried over. It is contagious. So kudos to you. I really appreciate, and I owe to you for all that, and I'm really indebted to you. May God grant you and bless you for all that you have done, and I can never forget you as my teacher. And whatever you said, and your student, the other students who have shared, all that, it is very true. I affirm it. And one thing I noticed, that you are very gentle, kind, and at the same time firm. You demand the work with kindness and meekness and gentleness, and your approachability helped us to be always available to you. We could not run away from you, but we were always looking forward. And one more thing I remember, that phonetics classes, I was familiar with italics writing, but having come to Lords, you made us compulsory to learn italics. So now I am continuing with italics. I bid goodbye to the cursive writing. So there are so many incidents like this which help me to be more creative and dynamic. And also one more thing I remember, there are so many things one by one keep coming to my mind. The poetry recitation, inter-school and intra and inter-school poetry recitation, that also provided a platform for me to, that was the first experience for me. Still, I used to work very hard with your support, and that helped me to learn a lot. And there are many more things. I think I need to give time for others. Otherwise, I would have shared much more. And once again, I thank you for everything that you have done today. Thank you.
Thank you, Violet Madam. uh, your teacher is not only a KG to PG, she is P2P, passion to passion. I can see the same passion in you, which is there in Madam Grace Noronna. And that light or spark that you said she has lit up in you, may you be the torchbearer in Uttarakhand, and give through you, let Madam shine, Madam Grace Noronna shine.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. All right. Now let's come to Prajwal, the youngest of all the student, and let us hear from what are the memories that he has.
First of all, I would like to thank News Karnataka for giving me this opportunity where I can express my gratitude towards my teachers. So there are a few people in everyone's life whose support, guidance, and encouragement can boost your confidence and shape your personality. And Grace ma'am has been one of those persons for me. She has worked very relentlessly for our institution, for the students. And I remember during my just moments before my final 10th exams of CBSE, her advice to be calm, patient, and trust in God has truly resulted to achieve my dreams. Speaking about my memories, uh, we were provided ample opportunities so that we can excel in any of our abilities, be it sports, academics, or cultural events. And Grace ma'am has not only been a teacher, she's been a friend, mentor, and guider who has always supported me throughout whenever I had any challenges or queries. And she was the go-to-go person, and also her vast experience over the English language and fluency. I was able to widen my vocabulary. Even when I have to further share my memories, I'll fall short of words because her help has been way more than what I can describe right now. She has been a guiding light in changing my personality and character. So I'm truly grateful to ma'am for providing me this platform to express my gratitude towards her, and will always remain indebted and wish to take future advices. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Prajwal. That was short, but you have plenty of things in your heart. We can see that you don't get words to express. Wonderful. Grace ma'am, what are your reactions to the memories of your students?
I heard all of them, but I wonder whether I'm so worthy of listening to their remarks and their memories. Anyway, thank you, students, for keeping me. Now, for example, Prasida said 37 years ago, we were teacher and student together, but she remembered a few things. And one thing here about phonetics, she had said, phonetics happens to be my favorite topic in English language. And then she writes to me once, ma'am, I remember you. Do you remember me? I said, yes, of course. Your name is a very rare name, Prasida. So by her name, literally by letter by letter, she has become Prasiddha as a doctor in US. And Prasida as a student, she was outstanding. She was good at debating. She was a member of English Dramatics and debating club. She took part in many of these competitions, and then she was helpful. She was very much helpful to her friends. Even today, she remembers some of her friends of 37 years ago who were my students too. So common friends. Now, once I came out of St. Anne's High School, they were not only my students, but they became my friends too. And some of my students' children, they came to Lute Central School to admit their children to the school. So that is why I proudly say my 3 generations of students I have taught. So the second generation was in Lute Central School. Then, as right from the beginning, Prasida has been a very kind and helpful student, and that kindness and helpfulness she is showing in her profession too. She does a lot of social work, and maybe that was a foundation in schools we had laid, and that has taken them to reach to this standard. And the motto of St. Anne's High School is Excelsior. So whatever talent she had, and she has really excelled them, and I'm so proud of you, Prasida, and wish you all the best. Next, coming to Violet de Souza, she was really a studious and hardworking student, even in B.Ed college. And then she came to Lute Central School as a teacher. I was more than happy to receive her because I knew how well, how talented she was, and every talent we could make use of her. As she came, she became the MOC, that is a Master of Ceremonies. Not only she was the Master of Ceremonies, she trained other students also. And then her English language, she really has the command over English language. And I remember all that she has done now for the improvement, development of the school, and her students. Even today, of course, we had common students. They remember her for her dedicated and commitment in the school. Debating. She also trained her students for debating. And she, being a religious person, nothing that stopped her from training students for dance, debating, and other cultural activities. She did that. Apart from it, she was a good counselor to students also. And this is what I remember about Violet. And in your principalship, the next job you have taken, and it is wonderful. I'm happy that we are together as fellow principals. So wish you all the best, Violet. Adit Jagdish Bolor. He was right from the beginning, he was with us. And we, as he said, of course, students were scared of the principal to enter the principal's chamber, but teachers used to tell me if they had not done any homework or done any mischief, I'll take it to the principal. Yes, ma'am, you please come with us. This was the reply they got, and they used to come to me, and I used to make them understand. I never, of course, I spoke to them in at loud voice, but before they left my chamber, I had to soften and then make them understand what their mistake was, so not to repeat that mistake. So Adit, right from the beginning, we had observed him as a bright and wonderful student, and he had his chess experience, and of course we allowed him to go whenever he had state level competitions, national level competitions, and CBSE, when CBSE had conducted these competitions, he won the national championship. And he was also very much interested in robotics. We had, we used to have science exhibitions every year, and of course he had prepared a robotic model, and that was an inspiration to others. And what we did was, I think we had called some engineers to the school to train our students as an extracurricular activity for robotics. So like this, once he finished his schooling here, as he said, my recommendation letter, which was very useful to him, and he has completed his master's in engineering, and now he is doing PhD. Of course, I joined the St. Anne's College of Education to do my master's, keeping in mind I wanted to do research in education, but I could not do it. When my students do what I wanted to do, I could not fulfill it, and he has done it. So congratulations, Adit. I'm very happy for you. Continue your PhD program and let me know. Yes, so thank you very much. And next comes our youngest participant, Prajwal. Prajwal was a quiet student, but very studious in his studies, very serious. He used to, of course, he used to top the class in all his tests and so on. He was in the Council of Ministers for 3 consecutive years, and he had shown his leadership qualities. At the same time, he never neglected his studies, right from class 8, 9, and 10. Of course, he used to do very well, and now he has joined medicine. I wish you all the best, Prajwal. Keep going.
Thank you, Grace, madam. Wonderful memories you too have of your students, and you know them by person very well. Wonderful. Let's take a break now, and let's come back for the next session.
At the premium gateway to Mangaluru, one of the premier cities of Karnataka possessing all types of domestic and international connectivity, is a full-fledged commercial complex, the Premier Corner, Nantur, now available to make your dream venture a reality. Each floor is spread across 4,200 square feet to provide a class ambience to your clientele. Adhering to all safety norms, the Premier Corner is all set to be a game changer for any business, thanks to its easy connectivity. Located right beside NH66, Premier Corner has been built in view of futuristic needs, with ample space for vehicle parking in 2 basements. The G+3 story building is the right place to start premier ventures like corporate office, vehicle showroom, IT firms, exclusive retail shops, brand outlets, and to add on, a terrace cafe. Come, invest and own this premier space at Premier Corner. Contact +91 81 971 43675 or +91 7676 218101 for a premier business deal.
All right, this question goes to the students. How teachers change the generations through their dedicated service? You know, the experience, you already explained it. But in general, how teachers change the generations through their dedicated service? I'll go to Dr. Prasida.
Teachers have a pivotal role in a student's career. We cannot underestimate the power a teacher carries. The student, when they come to a teacher, I do not want to say it's all up to this teacher, but when you see a gem in the rebel, when you see a gem like Miss Grace, you see the spark in students' eyes. When a teacher can see that, when a teacher can see any student, the capacity to do great achievements just happen. They change not just that person, that student, it goes down the generations. Miss Grace is talked about all the time in our lives. When I connect with my friends from 30 years ago, first thing I asked my friend Aisha was, where is Miss Grace? What is she doing today? Where is she? And she said she's actually teaching my kids. So A teacher like that can really spark something deep in our hearts and minds. And that's the secret for success. And I think that's what Miss Grace has. And I'm so happy today to talk about this and see the glorious Miss Grace get to this place. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah, you explained it. Let me go to Adit now. How teachers in general change the generations through their dedicated service.
When I was asked to do this interview, I remembered that long time ago, like 10 years ago, I had to give a speech for Grace Norona ma'am's retirement. So I'm going to borrow a quote from that speech that I found. So it goes something like this. When we are young, there are so many doors with opportunities for us to discover. But as students, finding these doors is a difficult and scary task. This is when we seek guidance from someone who has successfully walked this treacherous and confusing path. And that's what teachers like Grace Norona are to me. They're pathfinders. They help us find the way. And I believe that obviously when you have a good teacher, the path that you have taken is often influenced by them. But I also think that the actions, the effects of teachers are seen much later in life in more subtle ways. For example, maybe your love for a particular language or science, sport, or art, or in the way that you carry yourself. I truly believe that nothing is more valuable to a student than a good teacher. And even though, like right now in this meeting, even though I have not seen Dr. Prasida or Prajwal before in my life, I know that just because they're students of Miss Grace, I can already tell that they are all great. They are people of great characters. So I think that's the kind of effect that someone like good teachers have on their students. So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Right. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Adit. Let me go to Madam Violet now. How teachers in general change the generations through their dedicated service.
Yeah. What I would like to say about the teachers in general, that there are different categories of teachers that I myself have encountered, and I see also as colleagues and my teachers as well. But nothing like nobody like Miss Grace Norona, who touched my life to the core. Of course, there are many other teachers with their love and affection and with their human touch. They have won the hearts of students. That enabled them to and provided the space for learning. If the teacher was not approachable, if the teacher was not kind enough, understanding enough, I don't think there is a learning takes place in students. It differs from teacher to teacher. That's what I say. It's not the same case with everyone. But one more thing, what I say, teacher's job is very challenging. It's a noble profession and it is a commitment. It's not just a work for money or something. It is beyond. So a teacher needs to be constantly making aware of oneself that I am forming. The students are like a clay in my hand. So I am forming the future in the students so that they may build a better future for themselves. In the long run, it will help the nation as well for the progress of the nation. So nowadays, because of the information technology creeping in, there is a paradigm shift from chalk talk method to the information technology, where the teachers, the senior teachers are not so very comfortable with the technology, and there are so many like peer teaching and smart class teaching and so on. So they find it very difficult to cope with it. As a result, they find it difficult to teach as well. So again, I would like to say the teachers need to be more challenging. They need to go with the flow. They need to update their knowledge. Only then they will be able to do justice to the students who are entrusted their care. So this is what I like to tell about the teachers in general.
Thank you, Madam Violet. And let me go to Prajwal. how teachers in general change the generations through their dedicated service?
So teachers in general, they are very important people who play a role in shaping and defining your character. And what happens is when there are two different generations who teachers teach, there is always a difference of opinion which may arise due to the situations in which the other generation has studied. So teachers play an important role in solving these conflicts and also overcoming any obstacles or challenges. And they are the go-to-go person. If you have any doubts, anything, they just give their advices and you can just excel in any of the tasks.
Right. Thank you, Prajwal. And we are taking a break now, and we'll come back after a break.
Attention! Here are two properties located just adjacent to NH 73 at Melkar BC Road, which is the place most appropriate to realize the dream of having the home for a happy living. Just 30-kilometer drive from Mangaluru, the west coast capital of Karnataka, two layouts of 20 cents and 19 cents respectively, with village ambience, are ready to build with clear documents. The hill opposite to these properties are reserved for the proposed university campus of a prestigious Mangalore-based institution, giving you indeed the right investment opportunities in future. Pious religious centers around will give you a spiritual feel amid modern lifestyle. On-time healthcare facilities and educational opportunities are available within reach. Contact 91-81971-43675 or 821-77-29859.
So, going to the last question to all of you. This is for the students as well as the teacher. What are your thoughts on this particular show, Namaste Teacher, and what is your message to the viewers? Let me start with the youngest one, Prajwal.
Namaste Teacher program of News Karnataka is a very good initiative where we can express our gratitude towards our teachers, and at the same time the teachers are being honored and recognized for their work which they have been doing for their students. And I am truly honored and privileged to be selected by Grace ma'am to express my gratitude when I was a student. And my take would be that we should always have belief in ourselves, and no matter what, if you have a dream, we should always chase and never give up on it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Prajwal. Let me go to Adit now. What are your thoughts on this show, Namaste Teacher, and what is your message to the viewers?
I was looking at some of the older videos that you have recorded of Namaste Teachers, and it was so nice to see all the students interacting with their teachers after sometimes years, sometimes decades. And just being able to talk to them and reminisce of all those memories, I think that was just fantastic. And just show the gratitude and tell them how big of an influence they have been in their lives, even though it was so many years ago. And I also feel the same when it comes to Grace Norona ma'am. So I definitely feel like this program, this initiative of Namaste Teacher is a fantastic one. And I do hope you keep going. And I know you mentioned your plan to get like 50 episodes done by the next Teachers Day. So I truly hope you are able to achieve that. I think it's a fantastic program. Thank you for hosting this, Mr. Valerian.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you also asked me for a message. So I guess this is to the students who are watching this. Your teachers are I guess all the time wiser than you, but use that. Ask them questions about the subject, about life, about how to solve different kinds of problems. And you're going to be students at school, right? So, but every so often, try to look at yourself from your teacher's perspective. What do you see? Think about your strengths, your weaknesses, and never be afraid to ask your teachers for help, maybe to help patch your weaknesses or like hone your strengths. They're here for you. So I really hope you use them as one of the most important resources that you'll ever have as a student.
Thank you. That was very nice. Good message to the viewers and students. Let me go to Violet Madam. And what are your thoughts on Namaste Teacher Show? And what's your message to the viewers?
Once again, I thank News Karnataka for having given me this opportunity to express my views in this regard. I would like to express my views with regard to the students. Students must, those who view the program, they must remember that they always should respect their teachers and look with reverence. They should have a reverence towards their teacher. Only then God will bless them abundantly and they will succeed in future. And to the viewers, I don't know, at once a thought came to my mind. Teaching, once again, it is a call. It's a noble profession. And it is a lifelong commitment and demands sacrifice. So I get to hear in this my life experience in life, people say, if I don't fit in anywhere, teaching is the last option. I think the people are wrongly mistaken about that. So this strong message I would like to communicate to the viewers, those who are looking for a job, the youngsters. I'm sorry to tell you, it is not a proper place, because you are the one who build the nation through students. If you are choosing the teaching profession, so no one should teach who is not in love with teaching, says Margaret Sangster. So this is what I repeat. In the words of Margaret Sangster, no one should teach who is not in love with teaching. Those who do not have passion for teaching, please do not go for it. This is what the message. And once again, I would like to thank wholeheartedly Ms. Grace Noronna for the remarkable service that you have rendered to the society, and you have placed a niche in the society. You have made a niche in the society, and everyone, all those who have studied and learned so many lessons from your life, you are a role model. I thank you very much for all that, and I'll assure you my prayers. Thank you, and thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
News Karnataka.
Thank you, Madam Violet. Thank you. And let me go to Dr. Prasida. What are your thoughts on this Namaste Teacher Show? And what is your message to the viewers?
I have been in US for a long time, so I don't watch Indian TV as much, but listening to you talking and bringing Miss Grace Noronna today to the as a teacher, I can tell you, yours must be the best program. It cannot be anything less than the best. I don't watch a lot of TV as a person. I am someone who goes into the world of reading books. I am not a big TV watcher, but I am going to look for other channels to see if there are teachers being honored like this. Teacher is one of the most thankless profession, I think. They play a critical role in a person's life, but nobody goes back and thanks. We don't remember all the teachers. We don't go back and think about it. So many teachers have helped us in so many times when we get into trouble. They have held us selflessly. They've held us through the time. I've gone to school for a long time, and so many teachers have held us and kept us straight, during very pivotal time of our life. Yet we don't go back, that's just the way the society is, but my thought for you as a channel, I think this speaks to you. This speaks to greatness, that you're picking teachers and talking about them. That really speaks volumes, and to the public and to the viewers, I have only one message: do not forget your teachers. They are precious profession, a profession that needs more encouragement. My profession gets a lot of, it is a profession of a lot of ego and a lot of prestige. But I think teachers should be same as doctors. I don't see why it shouldn't be.
Thank you, Dr. Prasida. Now, you don't watch channels, but you have come for a channel to respect your teachers. Wonderful. And please support us. And at least this episode where your teacher is there and you are as a student, just share it with the people and ask them to subscribe for our channel, because our channel brings programs like this. We bring people to the people, like Namaste Teacher, Sunday Celebrities, amazing people, amazing stories of the village people. Thank you, Karnataka. And lot more programs and shows are coming to the people. So ours is a different channel, and we showcase the achievements of the people around us and who made us and bring them to a global level. So at least you can support us by asking your friends and relatives to subscribe for our YouTube channel. Thank you. And let's come to Madam Grace Norona. Teacher, what are your thoughts on this particular show, Namaste Teacher, and what is your message to the viewers?
Thank you, News Karnataka, for giving this wonderful opportunity for us. And this program, Namaste Teacher program on this channel should be invariably watched by all teachers, students, as well as parents. In this program, emphasis is laid on the teacher-student relationship in the school, the role of a teacher in the school, which students consider as one of authority, right in every respect, and to be considered as a final and irrevocable. That is why we want our teachers to prepare well and to have good knowledge about the subject that they are teaching. And whatever the teacher teaches, whether it is wrong, even if the parents say this is wrong, no, my teacher has said it. And so what teacher gives is the word from the Gita or from the Bible or from the Vedas. So teacher has to be well prepared and give them enough knowledge, right knowledge, so that the students become the worthy citizens of India. And so it is the duty of the teacher to be well prepared to face the students in the relative topics and pertaining to the lessons that they teach day to day. It is not only for the teachers, even the parents too have a prominent role to play in their wards studies at home. They are also bound to see that their wards study well and concentrate on their studies, not to depend entirely on the teachers. And parents too should give enough time, quality time to their wards. Then students, all of you need to be studious, study well, day-to-day studies, whatever has been done by the teacher in the school. You have to do a lot of revision. At the same time, learn to respect your teacher. Respecting the teacher is utmost important. And teachers should take your profession as a teaching profession, not only as just for the job's sake, but it is a vocation. So respect the vocation that you have been chosen, or you have chosen by yourself to be a teacher, but be a committed and dedicated teacher to produce the worthy citizens for our motherland. And so I sincerely thank News Karnataka for their sincere support to the teaching fraternity and wish them well in their endeavor in the field of education. This is what I would say about the News Karnataka channel. And once again, I thank News Karnataka and also my students who have spared their time for their teacher. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, News Karnataka, for getting my students right from 1985 to 2019. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Grace ma'am. And thank you, students, Dr. Prasida, Adit Bolur, and Violet D'Souza, and Prajwal Chennai. Thank you for participating, coming to the show, and spending time with our viewers. And thank you once again. Please, viewers, note, subscribe for our YouTube channel. And all of you, guests and students and teachers, please subscribe for our channel and ask your friends and relatives and contacts to subscribe our channel to see programs like this, which are people to people.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.